tried the 35s.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh yeah, I can do this. Oh my God, I got to here, I was like, I'm stuck.
I hope you're getting a good angle, and I hope you're getting a good angle.
Just do it.
Yeah.
Just do it. Just get up and do it. Good morning guys, and welcome back to another video. If you are new here, my name is Penny and this is my wellness, bodybuilding and lifestyle journey, and today we are with Evolve or Be Extinct. They sent me some resistance bands a few weeks back and we are talking about that today. This is an amazing company and this is just a small part of what they do. The resistance bands aren't just resistance bands, they also have inbuilt weights. So you can use them for so many things, and that is what we're going to do today. And they're going to tell me a little bit about their company and they want to know a little bit about me. So yeah, let's get started. Tell me a little bit about Evolve or Be Extinct and where it started, when it started and how it started.
So it started from an idea that got put to me from my business partner originally. So I've been in the industry now for 10 years as a personal trainer, and we're just looking at different ways that we can help people outside of just personal training, because it's got to a point now where myself, there's only a certain amount of people I can help on a personal basis.
Yeah.
And then lockdown really brought it home when we started looking at obviously being restricted and not being able to go to the gym. And my business partner at the time wanted to get into branding and look into sports equipment, clothing, all these other things. And we really broke down what we wanted the ethos of the company to be and what we wanted our company to be about. And it was about offering both guidance and support to people through products and through apps and other things like that. So when I look back at lockdown and looked at what I got the most out of during that time, it was resistance bands. If I'm honest, I felt like I could replicate my workouts the best using both bodyweight exercises, the odd dumbbells I had here and there, but resistance bands really helped add to that. So that was what we thought would be the best thing in terms of our first product, because I got the most out of it, my girlfriend got the most out of it at the time as well. We thought for especially people that aren't too confident to get into the gym.
I know some of my viewers have been there as well. They message me and say, you know, I'm too scared to go to the gym and I'm overweight and I don't feel comfortable. And I always say, you have to start somewhere, whether it's at home, outdoors in your garden. If you don't have a garden, maybe at a park, somewhere, you know, quiet. And if you will get comfortable going to the gym, it's important to take time for you. But it's good that you're giving people the option that they can do it at home. I love the idea of the inbuilt weights. I think it's so cool. That everyone does resistance bands now. The fact you've got weights inbuilt in them.
I tried the 35s.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh yeah, I can do this. Oh my God, I got to here, I was like, I'm stuck. It hurts. So yeah.
Yeah, and it's the case of like, we're not trying to say that resistance bands are the be all and end all, but like you said, it's a starting point for some people, but at the same time for people that already go to the gym, it can add value to their workouts as well, in the sense of mobility, in the sense of also adding a different type of resistance to their weight training if they needed to, if they're working in power. So as an all-round tool, it's a great thing, I think, that could do that. And also for those people that are training at home, we've also got the ebook with it as well. So it's one thing having the bands, and what you find with a lot of home gym equipment as well, usually people buy it and it just ends up gathering dust
Because people don't necessarily know
how to
what
use
to do with it.
Yeah.
And when we looked at as well other resistance bands and other people that were doing somewhat the same thing, you can see they weren't necessarily people from the industry. Because when you look at their content and their ebooks, they didn't have relevant exercises that could really benefit people.
Yeah.
They were just touching the surface on what people can actually do with these resistance bands. So with my background of being in the industry, we thought, okay, let's put a list of exercises for all different people for different goals, whether it's people that are struggling with their mobility, whether it's people that want to get into strength training, but like I said, haven't got the confidence to get in the gym yet, to build that confidence, then slowly build that foundation of knowledge, then get into the gym. Or then for people that want to take their training to the next level, sort of young athletes that want to work on power, want to do things outside with their training partners. They're just good tools to bring for that, really.
And stretching.
Stretching
is, and it's one thing I always say, stretching is so important before and after. And it actually adds, I believe, maybe it's psychological, but I believe that it can actually add to the shape of your muscles and the way they form after a workout. Before a workout helps you not get injured, but you can really stretch with them as well. And I love that as well. gives you a little bit of a tool. And some people sit there and they're stretching and they feel stupid. But if you've got something, it's like a security blanket, and it does help.
Yeah, exactly that.
Okay.
So tell me a little bit about your journey. So how did you get into training? Why did you get into training?
So for me, April 2021, I was at my biggest I've ever been. And I know it's not all about the way we look and it's about the way we feel, but the way I looked had a lot to do with the way I felt. Felt really crappy. I was about size 18 and I was about almost 17 stone. Now size 12, like on the bigger side of a size 12, and about 13 stone. And I've done it. I started by myself, even though I had some experience with a trainer, so I kind of knew what I was doing in the gym, but I didn't realise how important the food aspect was. There was a time when I couldn't even look at myself in the mirror. It was depressing. I was in a dark place. I just let myself go completely. But then I started training and I had this newfound love for me. So it's very important to keep this journey going, and the food and eating 6 times a day, sticking to my food plan, sticking to my training plan, waking up at 6, doing my fasted cardio and having a full-time job. Bodybuilding in general is a job. It's a job in itself. You have to stick to a routine, you have to be on time, and you have to work hard. But for me right now, it's more about feeling amazing, looking the way I want to look. And I know, as I said before, images and everything, but I think it comes hand in hand with feeling good, and looking good comes as a package, for me anyway. So for me right now, wellness bodybuilding is the direction I'm going, but body composition is the most important thing for me right now. So I've stuck to my goals because I'm seeing results, and because I never want to go back to where I was. I was in a horrible place, like mentally, emotionally. I didn't look after myself. And everybody should look after themselves. Everybody should look after themselves. Yeah.
The image in your head that you wanna get to, that you tell yourself now that when I'm like this, I'll be happy and content with it. And do you think that when you get there, you will be?
No, definitely not. I won't be happy. I'll never be happy because I know now, and I didn't realise before, but I know now that what I see on Instagram and any social media and on YouTube and the people I follow, they are their own person. They have their own body. Every body type is different. Every trainer that I've spoken to, even my own trainer, said to me, the way this person looks, what she did to get to where she is. Number one, she's younger than you by 10 years, and that's a huge factor. And your genetics, everything it makes, being a Greek woman, we hold our weight on our thighs, on our stomach, and on our arms. And that's just a genetic fact. I might not look like the people that I look up to, like Urishna or Vivi Winkler. I might not look like these women, but I will look the way I want to look. I will get there, and I'll have a different image. But as long as the places that I'm not happy with, as long as they're tucked in and tight, then I'll learn to love what I've got.
There's certain parts of my body, I know we're never going to be 100% happy with the way we look, but there are parts of my body that I'm just like, I have to stand like this, or I have to suck in, or I have to push my fat under, because it's such a slow process. And because of my age as well, I'm going to be 40 this year, I know that your skin's not what it was before. It's not what if I started this when I was 20, it would be very different. It would have happened very quickly. I think it would be better, but it didn't. I didn't start when I was 20. I started now, and it is what it is. So I hope you're getting a good angle, and I hope you're getting a good angle. You have to be right in your mind. You have to love what you have and work on what you have. So
be the best version of yourself.
That's what I want to be. That's the perfect way to go. I want to be the best version of me, physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually.
If you could say to someone like yourself, or sort of a young lady, young woman that is unhappy with herself in the same state that you are, sort of give them advice to get started on the journey, what would be a piece of advice that you would give them to sort of get them going, to get them started?
Put me on the spot there. Just do it.
Yeah.
Just do it. Just get up and do it. And if you find it difficult and you say to yourself, okay, tomorrow, then start with something small. Just get up half an hour earlier that day and take a 15-minute walk around your area.
Yeah.
Just do that, start off with. And then second day, get up an extra 10 minutes earlier and add another 10 minutes onto your walk. It doesn't have to be a fast-paced walk, just a small walk. And you'll notice it'll be easier for you to get up. It'll be easier for you to say, okay, I've done the walking thing, what else can I do? And maybe pick up, when you're walking, take little 1 kilo dumbbells with you and walk. and you feel that pain in your arm. But I'm addicted to DOMs, by the way. When I feel that the next day, I'm like, oh God, I can't sit down, but I know that there's something happening there. And it becomes addictive. When you see results, it becomes addictive.
She's a roller coaster. Oh, she's so flame. I'm burning up inside, but I can feel no pain. I won't try to stop her. She can't be tamed. I'm so in love with her. I fall and try again. Get up and try.
So before we get into the workouts and what to do with the bands, I haven't even introduced you to these guys. So this is the guy behind the camera and the silent partner, and he is a lovely guy. His name's Paul, and this is Izzy, who we've been talking to this whole time. So I'm so sorry guys, I didn't even introduce you. But yeah, we're gonna get started.
And I wanna build my whole world with you and my never. And now I will make us so much better. And there will be no more lonely nights. Baby, if you let me try, I give you what you want.
Okay, so
we recording. So I'm more of a fan of doing mobility before a workout. So mobility is preparing the joints for activity, because I'm finding a lot more people can be quite hypermobile in places without realising. Sometimes stretching that muscle, if you're already quite hypermobile in that area, is making a muscle weaker before the main activity. So an exercise like this is best at is keep one arm to the side of you like this, and then take it round your head, and then round like that, so keep the other arm low. Then you isolate that one shoulder before going around. So before a shoulder workout, this is a good one to do.
okay.
Through and back. Through and back. That's it. And then contradicting what I said slightly, if then you have someone that has got tight shoulders or a tight thoracic area, and then step forward and let that arm just get taken back. So if you've got someone that's rounded or at the end of your session, if you want to open up, and again, this is a good one to do, which was more of a stretch, but again, I don't like using the word stretch too much. It's more of an exercise that's going to open up that posture, and as a result of targeting the joint, you're going to loosen up the muscles, as opposed to trying to go out of your way to stretch the muscles. So if your chest is tight, you're going to feel it a bit more around your chest. If your shoulder is tight, your lats are tight, that's where you're going to feel it. But the target, the aim of what we're doing here is to open up the shoulder more. It's the target, what we call thoracic extension. So it's going to open up that mid back, and you can even bounce in and out of it.
So don't pull, just lean.
You let your arm get taken back and you lean forward into it. So you don't want to pull against the band.
Oh, wow.
Feel it almost relax, right? Yeah. So it's a good one. But I do this all the time. I mean, mostly after my sessions. I'm quite mobile, I'm quite lucky, I'm quite mobile with my shoulders. So I just need to get them warmed up. But at the end, when everything's sort of just tensed up, I like to do this in addition to hanging. So just hanging alone without any band whatsoever. But the bands just help complement. So when I was training shoulders at home, or if I was doing a workout, like a shoulder workout, the bands gave me a good pump out of them, right?
Okay.
So what you can do with the bands, so as well as having set resistance with the bands, well, sometimes if at any point this is too much, but let's say the one below it is too light, you can have almost a middle ground and double up the bands. So you can double up the bands and then do an overhead press like this as well. So it'll give you an extra bit of resistance. Push from there, and then control it back down there, and drive it up and down. So that's one exercise you could do with the shoulders with the overhead press. Give it a go. Let's see what your overhead press is like. Pick whatever band you think suits. You don't need to double up like I did, but if you want to give it a go, you can give it a go.
That's far apart?
Yeah, that's fine. For now, we'll see what it looks like. Yeah, and then from there, when you bring it under the chin, have the elbows on the inside of the band, and then big drive up.
Here.
Yeah, and then big push up. And then, as you're doing that as well, for someone that might again have some mobility issues, you can add a little pull apart at the top as well. So when you push up, you can pull apart. And that just helps sort of open up the shoulders and back down. And again, this is something you can throw in a warm up before your shoulder workouts. that little pull apart
Oh, yeah.
at the top. And that slight bend, so if you know your technique with your lateral raises, lead in with that elbow and just coming up to the side and then controlling back down, out to the side and just holding it on that tension at the top. Too tight?
Yeah.
Is that one? So this is what I said, there's the thin one is very underrated.
Yeah.
It comes in handy in situations like that where that light one's a bit too much. Same stance, there, and then scoop up to the side and then back down and just lead with those elbows as you come up. You can even have a little hold at the top to maintain that tension, because that's where the most tension is going to be with these bands. And then control back down. So we're looking at probably by the end of this year, we probably have up to 100, over 100 extras that they can do just with the bands.
Yeah.
Not to say that, we're not just selling bands, this is just
No,
a start,
it's just
right?
a start, absolutely.
But it's just an example of what someone can do that doesn't want to go to the gym just by having bands.
Yeah.
Bands are very durable. Without me being biased, out of all the bands I've used, one of the best quality bands I personally think that can take a lot without showing any damage. So we're looking at isolating
Oh,
the
cool.
rear delts.
Yeah.
Again, you've got to be careful with grip resistance. You don't want to go too heavy.
heavy.
As long as you step out far enough, you're going to have constant tension on the band. And then just keep that core switching to keep the body still. And then come out and come across the body like that. So if you imagine someone's in the gym, again,
Yeah.
maybe they've gone to the point of, okay, I'm now coming out of my house, I'm going to the gym, gym's a bit busy, I don't want to get in someone's way
don't
doing
wanna
a
ask how many
workout.
steps have you got
Exactly.
left.
Don't want to
Yeah.
get caught in that situation where they be jumping with you and you feel pressured
To
to
hurry
hurry
up.
up my
Yeah,
set.
yeah, yeah.
Right, because-
You're on your phone, you're not
That's
training.
it, right? Yeah.
So-
But you know what? There's a lot of people that don't like to be caught in certain social
No, of course.
awkward interactions. So here, so straighten out the arm a bit more and step out to the side a bit more. This might be a little too tight, but give it a go and see. That's it. Yeah, you got it. And then as you come in, try straightening out that arm a bit more. Yeah, we'll do this side and then after let's do the other side as well. Okay, open. That's it. Try the other side. And then back. That's it, keep the arm up a little. So to replicate the leg extension, what you can do, it's a bit of a different position you'll get into what you'd imagine to replicate a leg extension is you can take it down to the floor like this.
Yeah.
You have your hands on the band and then you push the knees back.
Oh, wow.
And then let the knees hit the ground. Push the knees back. You want to come up with a bit of force because as soon as you lift the knees off the floor, that's it, and then back down all the way to the floor. And when you come up, try not to push your heels down because you don't want to make it into a hamstring stretch so much.
So
You
I'm
just
going to
wanna-
put my heels down.
You don't want to put your
Don't
heels
wanna
down.
put them down.
Just drive the knees back. Make the knee joint the focus here. That's it. And back. And go. Push. And back. Yeah. And I find that's good. So as well as building the glutes, strengthening the glute med
Yes.
can be an important aspect, right? Because you find a lot of times when people squat, if they've got a lack of understanding of creating torque, which is external rotation through the hip, when they end up squatting down, you end up seeing this happening, the knees buckling in,
Yeah,
it can have a long-term effect on knee problems, right? An exercise like that can strengthen our glute med to help with dealing with that. So you're gonna step on
Yep.
and then just give it a little twist. So you've got a resistance, so that twist is going to create a resistance like that. And then
Step.
sit, and then step, and then step. Yeah?
Okay.
In. And give it a twist, tighten it up however you feel like you need to tighten it up. Give it another twist if you need to. And then step. And a little bit more bend in the knees. That's it.
Wow.
Pushing against that resistance using glute leads. That's it. Option 2 being the slightly heavier one. Elbows tucked into your side, just like you would do in a cable. Down, all the way to your arms are straight. Back to 90 degrees, and you also make it harder by just going lower down to the ground. Back up, lower down. So you are going to get most attention at the bottom. Because you look like you've got strong triceps, to be fair. You can see them popping out as you're doing it. And there's nothing stopping you from going heavier than this. You need to go heavier than this as well. Yeah. And again, when it was locked down, I was like close grip push up, superset with this. Agony. Bro. Or skull crushers with like 2 light dumbbells, followed by this. My triceps will be in bits after that. Yeah? Good one.
Nice. Okay guys, that is it for today's video. I really hope you all enjoyed it. If you haven't yet, please do subscribe, hit the notification bell, give us a thumbs up. You can find these on Amazon. I will put the link in the description. And for the ebook and the videos, how to use them and all the info you need, you can go to the website and I will put that in the description as well. The bands themselves are gorgeous, the colours are neutral and the resistances are different. We've had so much fun here today. Thank you so much to Izzy and Paul for filming this video with me and giving me the opportunity to see one-on-one how to use them. I'm a very lucky girl. And I will catch you all next week. Thanks guys, bye. Oh, and I forgot to mention, there will be a discount code that the boys are going to give me and I will also put that in the description and it's going to be 10% off if you use the code in the description.